Hello gamers, my name is Seated Gamer and welcome back to another KLD booster opening cracker pack video. We're just going to crack right in to this pack, see what we get. Let's see if we can actually open this thing first. Alright, there we go, now we're getting there. Rip it open there. Whoop, careful I don't knock things. Okay, can I actually open this now? Thank you. There we go. Woof. There we go, alright. So, our first card of 15 is Acrobatic Maneuver. Oh, careful. There we are. That's better. Alright, Acrobatic Maneuver. 2 and a white for an instant exile type creature you control, then return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control, and draw a card. This can be useful in so many ways. So you can use it to save your own creature from a kill spell. You can use it to trigger Fabricate again, or any other enter the battlefield ability. You can just use this to draw a card. The world is your oyster. This card's fine. I like this card, especially in using it with Fabricate and, I don't know, Salivating Gremlins. If you've got an artifact creature or something with Fabricate more than one, works fantastically. Yeah, I like this card. This is a pretty good pick. Pretty good pick. Moving on though, Nimble Innovator. 3 and a blue for a 2/2 Vidalcan Artificer. When it enters, draw a card. Yeah, 2/2 that draws you a card. That's pretty fine. Digs you deeper to the card you really want. Because, I mean, a 2/2 blocks pretty well. A lot of the creatures in the set are 3/2s or something like that. So this can block and kill something that you don't want to see clogging up the battlefield. So yeah, this card can do work. Next card. Hijack. 1 red, gain control of target artifact or creature until end of turn. Untap it, it gains haste until end of turn, and that is a sorcery. It is the next one in a long line of this kind of effect. I've forgotten the first one, but there's been a few. There have been quite a few. Act of Treason, there we go. Which was 2 and a red for the same thing, but not artifact. Yeah, this card's fine. I mean, probably not something you want to highly pick in your deck. But if you need something to fill it out, and it can be good to just get rid of their biggest creature for a turn and be able to hit them with it. So, or if they've got a supremely annoying blocker that you just can't get through. Yeah, this card can be fine. Or you can just steal a vehicle and just head in with a Freighter Hoof Behemoth. Who knows? Next card though, Sky Swirl Harrier. 4 and a white for a 3/4 bird with flying. That's all. Not sure about this card. Like 3/4 seems like a pretty good body to be in the air in this set. A lot of the flyers are pretty low down, like your Thopters, which are 1/1s. You get your other creatures. I think you get a couple of 3/2s. I think the long-finned Skywhale is the other big one, which is a 4/3. And you get like, there's probably some other flyers that I'm forgetting, but those would mostly be rares. So yeah. At the common level, this guy's pretty good for a flyer. Yeah, not terrible. Moving on though. Fortuitous Find. 2 and a black for a sorcery. Choose one or both. Return target artifact return target artifact card or return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. You can choose an artifact or a creature or both. I mean, it's not terrible. It's probably your card number 23. It's not something you'll want highly in the pack, but it can be useful. Like, I think in the pre-release I used this to get back a Gear Hulk and another artifact, which was nice. But no, that's not usually what you're going to be doing with Fortuitous Find. You might get, I don't know, a Filigree Familiar. That'd actually be pretty good as well. So it turns out this card can be pretty good if you get a good enough creature to return. But yeah. Usually not going to pick this card too highly. Anyway, moving on. Wild Wanderer. 3 and a green for a 3/2 Elf Druid. When it enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library. It helps ramp, it helps fix. It's a 3/2. That's not a terrible body. For 4 mana, you could probably do better, but this does get you closer to being able to cast a Gear Hulk or something bigger. But yeah, this card's fine. I don't mind this card. It is only a basic land, but hey, they can't all be prime time. Next up though, Glint Sleeve Artisan, 2 and white for a 2/2 with 2/2 Dwarf Artificer with Fabricate 1. It's a 3/3 or it's a 2/2 and a 1/1. Yeah, I'm happy with this card. This card's fine. Yeah, I see no problems with this card. Moving on though. Accomplished Automaton, 7 mana for a 5/7 artifact creature with Fabricate 1. Hey, you can return it with Fortuitous Find. It's not a great card. I'm not gonna lie, it's not a great card. There are definitely better things I would want to do with 7 mana. Like a Gear Hulk, the most they go to is 6, and they do so much more. Granted, that is coloured mana, but yeah. I'd rather do something else with 7 mana. Like maybe I'll put this card in as a one-off, like maybe as a finisher in an aggro deck. If the game stalls out long enough, you might just want to have a 5/7 or a 6/8 just on the battlefield. But yeah, could be better. Could definitely be better. Alright, moving on though. Nazareths Ambition, 3 blue for a sorcery, draw 3 cards. If you control no artifacts, discard a card. Drawing 3 cards is nice, and you've probably got an artifact, so you're probably not going to discard a card. And even so, you're drawing 3 cards, one of them is probably a card you don't want. So yeah, this card's fine. I'm happy with this card. Probably don't want more than 2 of them in a deck, and in limited you probably only want 1. But yeah, I don't mind this card. Moving on though. Ooh, also this works really well with the blue mythic, the Metallurgic Summonings, which gets you a construct with power and toughness equal to the converted mana cost of instants and sorceries you cast. So yeah, casting this and getting a 5/5 at the same time, that is glorious. Moving on though. Metal Spinner's Puzzle Knot. 2 mana for an artifact. When it enters the battlefield, you draw a card and you lose 1 life. You can pay 2 and a black and sacrifice it to draw a card and lose a life. I like this card. This card is fine. It draws you cards. The losing life is just something that black does, but the black artifact, like the artifact creature with the black activated ability, the Prakata Pillarbug, which gains you life, or which gets lifelink when you activate it, that can just negate this in one swing. So yeah, card's fine. Next up though, ooh, we get a good uncommon. Cloud Blazer, 3 white-blue for a 2/2 human scout with flying. When it enters the battlefield, you gain 2 life and you draw 2 cards. There is nothing bad about this card except maybe its power and toughness, but honestly, the gaining life and drawing cards more than makes up for that. So, you are happy to take this card. This probably isn't a first pick, unless your rare is absolutely terrible, but it is a very nice card. Moving on though, we have Perpetual Timepiece. Speaking of actually terrible cards, 2 mana for an artifact. Tap, put the top 2 cards of your library into your graveyard. You can pay 2 and exile Perpetual Timepiece. Shuffle any number of target cards from your graveyard into your library. I guess it can do Delirium. I guess that's a thing it can do. But apart from that, I would not want to play this card. Moving on, we get a Speedway Finak. Now, this is actually a good card. 1 and a red for a 2/1 human pilot with haste. Whenever it crews a vehicle, that vehicle gains haste until end of turn. This card is good. Well, it's a piker with haste that can make your... We haven't had any vehicles in this pack. Interesting. Which can make your vehicles just come out swinging. So if you cast this guy, then 3 mana. What's a good 3 mana vehicle? I don't know. I think the Mana Rock one is 3 mana, but you can swing in with that on turn 3, and that's just fine. Or you can just keep swinging in with a 2/1 and hope they don't block it or kill it in any other way. But yeah, not terrible. And that's 3 uncommons, so our rare, Healys Artistry, 4 blue for a sorcery, choose 1 or both, create a token that's a copy of target artifact, create a token that's a copy of target artifact creature, except it's an artifact in addition to its other types. Yes, I would like 2 Gear Hulks, thank you for asking. Yeah, this card is definitely fine. You only want 1 of it in a limited deck, but if you've got it in there, then it is doing work. Like, you can just create a copy of someone else's creature if it comes to it. And it's just good. I'm happy with this card. But yeah, I don't think we've got anything else interesting after this. We got a Plains and we got a Servo. So, meh. But yeah, Healys Artistry, definitely a card that I like. This is probably a first pick. Like, if I'm already in another color, then I'm probably not taking the Healys Artistry, but yeah. Like, you can just copy a Cloud Blazer with this to get 2 more life and 2 more cards, and I guess any other artifact you have on the battlefield. So if you've got, or if you copy Panharmonicon and Cloud Blazer, then my god, are you doing some things right there. So yeah, so Healys Artistry, it's a good card. Anyway, I think that's the end of this booster opening video, so I'll see you next time for some more cards. Bye!